What's up, YouTube? It's the Country CEO back in the house again, man. Look, listen, more game, more game, more game. That's right. I know y'all done scoped the shirt out by now. Y'all probably say, "Oh, he done switched." No, I just happened to put this on Sunday after church. That's all. Welcome back to the channel, subscribers, family, and friends. Look, we got this Western Star Mac debate going on, and I'm trying to give you the pros this week. Next week, we're going to deal with the cons. We're dealing with the pros this week, right? And so, listen, today I want to talk about a pro called that Detroit engine. Oh, my goodness, that DD12 and that DD15 and that DD13. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Owned by Daimler, which is the same parent company as Freightliner. This D is either you're going to have the DD13, DD15, all right, and they work together with that DT 12 train automatic transmission. Now, watch this. You guys have known I've advocated hard for Allison. But when I was in Oregon, and I mean, we're talking to the engineers, the designers, these kinds of people, and I'm telling them what my concern was with the other transmissions other than Alice. And one that I had the biggest concern with is the Eden, because I know two partners who have had problems with the Eden automatic. Well, unbeknownst to me, I remember going down to the dealership a couple months ago when I was getting ready to buy. And he was like, "Well, I got that one with the DT12 in it." And me, unbeknownst to me, I thought that was the Eaton. I didn't know that wasn't the Eaton until I was in Bend, Oregon. And they said, "Well, no, we make our own transmission, the DT12." I said, "The DT12?" And they basically convinced me. I said, "You know what? I'm gonna give it a shot." I said, "But here are my concerns." And the girl gave me her number and everything. And if I have some problems, let her know. And I said, "Well, I'm gonna give the DT12." I say, because dealer in Baton Rouge, that DT12 been sitting there. There's probably been 7, 8, 9, 10 trucks sold with Allisons, and the DT12 just kind of sitting there, But it is a little cheaper too. That Allison is 10, 15, 20,000 more. So I told him I would give it a shot. So I don't know when that's gonna be, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And so, but the idea is the consensus is that the DD12, DD13, along with that DT, the transmission of that Dominance making on their own now, work seamlessly together. And guys have saying they've been getting good fuel economy for them. And then there's this thing where your diagnostics can work together through Detroit Connect. There's this software and programming and online stuff that actually can help you with your diagnostics with the truck. Um, I'm gonna say this, and this kind of includes the DEF system, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fact. I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. I have had little to no trouble out of the DEF system in these Western Stars. Little to no. That's all I'm gonna say. Little to no. Nothing. No codes just popping up, nothing. When I think, well, one time, I'm sorry, I had one time, and even then, guess what it was? The water level was low. And so when your water level is low, everybody knows your truck can't regen properly like it needs to. We topped the cooling level thing off. That thing was able to do that. All right. And then I think I had a thermostat. The second thing, that's right. I did have a problem. The temperature sensor was going bad. And if your water is not a certain temperature, it can't regen like it wants to. But little minor stuff like that. But just like other trucks and brands, just def codes just popping up all over the place and all that. You don't have that. All right. And so uh as it relates to Mac, obviously this is a pro together, right? Mac builds his MP engines, the M drive automatic. I think I had one of them before. And Mac axles work as a unit, right? Everything is just all Mac, right? The synergy, gives them great torque, better gear shifts on the lows, and great fuel mileage as well. All right. And so most would consider that's a push, if I could use those terms, right? Great pro about Mac in that regard as well. All right. So it's just really all about your preference in that department. The DD is working wonders. I love the fuel mileage. Um, really, only difference I could say that I'm having is that I think I got, let me just put it this way. I can see a stark difference between the Cummings in one of my Western Star, which is only one, and the DD12s and 13s in the other five. I can see a stark difference in that those DD12s are burning less fuel than that Cummins that I got. That's all I'm gonna say to you. All right, hit the like, subscribe, put your comments in the chat. Let's roll to the next one. I'm gone.